You've broken up, but your ex still reaches out and says they love you. So you assume, understandably so, that they want to get back together. But when you ask if that's what they want and you ask for clarification, they say things like, well, I'm not sure what I want, or I don't know what I want, which leaves you in a maddening place of confusion. And you might be asking yourself, why are they talking about love if they don't want to get back together? The pain and anxiety that this kind of situation can cause can be so intense. So what do you do in a situation like this? Do you keep in contact and hope they figure out that they want to be with you? Or do you close that door for good so you can keep your own sanity? That's what I'm going to be talking about in today's video. What do you do when you're in this situation where your ex is reaching out, they're saying they love you, but they don't know what they want? Real quick, if this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Lindsay and I'm the Real Love Alchemist, and I help you go from bad relationships to real love with the magic of subconscious work. So if you find yourself always getting into bad relationships or stuck on an ex that you just cannot move on from, no matter what you do, then I can help. Click on the link in the description that says work with me to learn more and schedule a free consultation. So let's get into it. If you're in this situation, then you might be like many of us who deep down, their deepest desire and dream is to be chosen. Let me know in the comments if this is you. This was certainly me. I had a very strong desire to be fully chosen by someone. And unfortunately, it put me in a lot of situations where I wasn't being chosen, and I'll share why in a moment here. We want to feel chosen because we didn't feel chosen sometime in the past, usually in our childhoods. Maybe we had caregivers who just were too preoccupied with their own needs, and they did not choose us on a daily basis, which just means they were not present for us, they didn't prioritize us. We felt unloved and unchosen. And those experiences leave wounds within us, especially in the subconscious. Because when we're younger, when all of this is going on, it's too painful and our brains are still forming. It's too difficult for us to really process everything that's going on. So all of this gets suppressed. It goes underground into the subconscious, and we just carry it around with us until we address it. So when we're operating from those wounds from the past and we get into this situation where maybe our ex broke up with us, but they're still saying they love us, what automatically we think to do is to stay and just wait, like patiently wait for them to choose us, for them to realize how amazing we are. We want to keep the door open because we're so afraid of walking away and maybe missing out on them having that aha moment and realizing, oh yes, I do really want to be with this person, I choose them. So we leave the door open. But what we don't realize when we're doing this is that our subconscious is actually running the show from this wounded place. And what it's basically doing is ensuring that we actually stay in a dynamic like this and we are not chosen. Now, let me explain on a deeper level why we do this here. If we have those wounds of not being chosen from when we were younger, then we usually develop things like negative beliefs that say, I'm not enough, or I'm unlovable. And then we will be driven to wait endlessly for unavailable people to choose us. It's kind of like if you've heard of the term, a repetition compulsion. Because we have these wounds, because we believe that we're not enough and we're unlovable, we will sit in the waiting room of someone's life, waiting to be chosen when we're not going to be. Because those unconscious beliefs that we're not enough and we're not lovable, they want to be proven right. This is something that's very deep in the unconscious. We often don't see this until we've done a lot of deep healing, but because we believe those things, we stay in situations where that is what happens to us. And again, it's not conscious. You're going to feel really drawn to this person and you're not going to necessarily know why. Now, if we were operating from a more healed place and someone said this to us, what that would actually look like would be moving away from people who aren't choosing us, people who don't know what they want, people who aren't sure about us, into relationships with people who do choose us, who are fully present for us. So this is actually much easier said than done. If you're in this situation, I feel for you. My heart goes out to you. It's a very hard thing to break out of this pattern and close the door on someone who we are really desperate to feel chosen by. But I can tell you from experience that this is the only way to break out of that pattern and to actually be chosen by someone. It's saying no more to people who aren't sure about us, who aren't ready, willing, or able to give us the time, energy, and presence that we're longing for. We walk away from those situations where someone isn't choosing us, and we choose people who choose us. And if that feels like an impossible dream, then that's something that I can help you with. This is what I help my clients do. We go deep into the subconscious. We ask, what's causing us to stay in these painful situations where we feel not chosen, unloved, unappreciated? And we clear those blocks one by one. These can be energies from the past, suppressed emotional energies, energies of abandonment, feeling unworthy, worthless. There could be those negative beliefs that I talked about, that I'm unlovable, I'm not worthy. We clear those, and when we do, it's so much easier to leave these kinds of relationships behind, close that door, and open up to real love. So if you resonate with this, if you're stuck in this situation, your ex is texting you and you're like, I cannot deal with this, then please reach out. Click on the link in the description where it says work with me, and you can schedule a free consultation. Because once you break out of this pattern of being in, like I said, someone's waiting room, waiting for them to choose you, then you can finally get the real love that you're looking for. You can finally be chosen. And guess how that starts? It starts by choosing yourself, saying no more to this, letting go of that person who isn't sure to make room for the person who is. Speaking of people who aren't sure, if you have just started dating someone and it's been a while and they're still not sure about you, then I have a video for you. Check it out here.